My name's Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have ExNations with us, and he can say his name, what he does in the band.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Sal. I play guitar, sing, and do a little synth stuff in ExNations.
Awesome. So my first question, Sal, how did you start out ExNations? How did you get your members?
So the project was actually started by Taylor, who is our drummer, and she actually, I think she was playing with some other guys and with the name, and they made a couple of records together, and I think she wanted to start fresh and head in a new direction. So my friend from college, Dan, who's the guitarist in ExNations, actually hit me up kind of out of the blue and was like, "Hey, man, you want to play some music together?" And he sort of told me what he was looking to do, and recommended that I meet Taylor, and I met up with her, and she had a really strong vision, and she just had a great vibe, and I was like, "Yes, I'm in. This is awesome." So here we are.
Were you in another band prior to that happening, or how did that? Obviously, you met in college, but did you meet your guitarist like at shows, or how did that facilitate basically?
Yeah. So how I met Dan. So I was in another band.
Okay.
Before this, which I'm still in. It's called No Nets, and
Nice.
that's like a project where I sing and play guitar and do a lot of the songwriting and stuff. And it's more of like a more straightforward indie rock punk project.
Okay.
But to answer like how I met Dan, so we went to college together, and we were both in bands who were like very much like playing the same scene and playing the same club. I would say we had like a friendly sibling rivalry thing going on, or at least we thought we did. I mean, our band, Hello Mabel, thought we did, but then Dan's band just got like insanely good and like passed us. Like, yeah, he was in a band called Bravo Romeo Bravo, and I always really admired him as a guitar player. I remember listening to some of their tracks on their Pure Volume page and like hearing some of the guitar stuff they were doing, and I was like, "Whoa, this is really cool." And I think even before that, we were like chatting on MySpace before we got at school. So I've known him for a little while, but it's been really cool to collaborate with him in these recent months.
That's how you know it's been a long time since it's MySpace, and now everybody talks about Facebook. So
Right. Yeah.
that
Exactly.
that's how long ago you know it was. So that's cool. I like that. I mean, for me,
His band was in my MySpace top 8. So.
there you go. There you go. I'm just saying that Facebook needs to resurrect that in some way. I need people to know what I listen to. So
Oh yeah, remember you could have like a song that just played automatically
yes,
when you got there.
yes. Oh
I
man.
used to think so hard about those. I was like, what image do I want to portray? Like,
I think it would be even harder to pick now, like since
oh yeah,
since that time gap. But who
right,
knows? Maybe they'll come up with something cool next. But
yeah.
anyway, my next question, Sal. What are some favorite venues you guys like to either play at or even go see shows at?
So with ExNations, we have yet to play
Okay.
our first show. Our first show is going to be October 4th at Niagara in New York
Oh,
on the
nice.
Lower East Side, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's at part of Mondo Fest. Really excited about that. But with bands that I've been in the past, venues we like to play. I really like this place called Gold Sounds in Brooklyn that
Yes.
my other band No Nets has played quite a bit. Are you in Brooklyn, or are
I
you?
am not from Brooklyn. I'm from New Jersey, but close enough to know about those sorts of venues.
Where at in Jersey? Not to
I live
get
in like
too much. But,
central South Jersey, so I'd say my
oh,
I guess hometown sort of venue would be like anywhere in Philly. It's usually where I find my shows that I go to. Sometimes I go to Starland Ballroom too. That's another
hmm.
one.
Yep. I
That
just went to a show there actually. I hadn't been there since they redid it since Sandy, and I kind of hated it before, and I just went to see AFI there,
oh
and I was like,
nice.
oh wow, Starland's kind of cool now. Like they made it nice. But yeah, Starland. Oh man, that place. I've seen so many like Thursday shows on New Year's there and stuff. lot of memories there. But my favorite place in New York City, like in terms of like that caliber show where you're getting those bigger bands, is probably Irving Plaza. I feel like
Ooh, okay.
I've seen so many shows there, and it's just, I grew up in New York City, so I've been going to shows there since I could get in basically. So yeah, I'd love there. I would love to play there. That's like my number one spot that I would just absolutely be over the moon if we played a show there.
Nice. Yeah, I'd love to go up to New York City, especially, and go see shows. Gold Sounds, I hear, is really awesome. I think
Yeah.
Webster Hall is another one that a lot of people talk about as well,
Hmm.
which I haven't been to either. So maybe someday, someday. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they just closed Webster Hall,
yeah,
unfortunately.
unfortunately, yeah.
Good luck on that, but
It'll,
yeah.
it'll come back. It'll come back. So,
Yeah.
well, it won't be out. I know. I know. For some people, a lot of people said Starland was terrible, and I hadn't been to Starland. I think
Mhm.
the most recent show that I've been to Starland was I saw Dance Gavin Dance and Sean together on the
Oh,
tour.
Sean, dude. I just
Yeah,
saw Sean at Webster Hall, actually. Fantastic.
there you go. They're amazing. But next question, Sal. What are some of your musical influences?
My musical influences. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and I feel like, with all my different musical projects, I always draw from different things. But there are certain things that are consistent that I draw from in all my projects. With this project in particular, I feel like I'm pulling from a lot of 70s and 80s like rock and new wave and stuff like that. So stuff like Bruce Springsteen, stuff like Talking Heads, the Beatles are always in there. So to start really broad, and then I mean, it's hard to say with this project too because we're just sort of getting it started. But also listening to a lot of like more dance oriented stuff like Future Islands. Death Cab is a bit of an influence as well. But I'd say the bands that have stuck with me that have been influences in every project that I've ever been in are like Death Cab is like probably in the top three just in terms of their guitar prowess and their songwriting abilities and just their diverse sonic palette is something that's just so mind-boggling to me. Elliott Smith is probably my favorite songwriter of all time. And someone who I just draw so much from. And then probably my other like number three like biggest influence is Conor Oberst.
Oh,
So
nice. Okay, yeah. I have another kind of follow up because you did mention Death Cab.
mhm.
How would you kind of label their albums? Like, if you could put them one through whatever, rank them. How'd you rank them out? I
Man,
know. I feel like that's a tough one because they're always so like different and unique. But I want to see how you kind of spin it, Sal.
okay, okay, all right. Huh. Okay, my favorite. It's easy for me to pick my favorite. My favorite is Transatlanticism.
Yes. Yeah.
That's my favorite one. Not by much though. I think my second favorite is probably the Photo album. Uh, or We Have the Facts. Probably the Photo album. Um, then I think We Have the Facts. Um, what's after We Have the Fact? I really like the Open Door EP. I don't know if that
Oh
counts as an
yeah. Yeah.
album.
Well, yeah.
I really like that one a lot. Um, I mean, as far as the newer records go, I really like the newest one a lot. Kintsugi, I think.
I
How
think
you
you're right. I think you're right, or very close.
that one's really good. I really like that one. I wasn't a huge fan of Codes and Keys, to be honest. I liked Narrow Stairs a lot, but I like the Open Door EP better. I mean, they've never made a bad album, though.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's just fantastic. I have the box set, the vinyl box
Oh,
set.
nice.
I just moved it over to my new apartment. I'm moving tonight. So yeah, huge Death Cab fan. What's your favorite? What's your
I
number
think they're consistent. That's like one thing that I can say about them is that
Yeah.
each album that they put out is just super consistent.
Mhm.
I honestly, I couldn't even pick honestly. Uh, that's really tough because I'm not like the hugest Death Cab fan, but I do appreciate all of their albums. I have listened to, them probably once or twice through, and I would definitely like to go back. But I can't remember what is it called. It's the one that has like kind of like a bush on it. I don't know. I don't know if that helps you out or not.
Is it plans? It looks like a fish
I think it's
tank. Yeah.
plans. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
plans. Yeah, that one's probably the one that nostalgically that's the one I go back to. So
Mm.
I probably have to say plans. But they're all good. Like I said, I think that's a tough band to kind of be like very spot on where you're like I know which one I like the most, which one I how to
Mhm.
rank them. So I
Yeah.
definitely like your choices though. But next question, Sal, kind of a follow up to this one. What have been some bands that you've been jamming more recently?
More recently. So I feel like I've been listening to sort of there's been a real like dichotomy in my or duality, I guess, in my music listening. I've been listening to like synth pop and I've been listening to like hardcore. So I've been listening to like a lot of Converge and like Modern Life is War and like Defeater and like stuff like that. And then I've been balancing that with the complete opposite thing and listening to a lot of synth pop. So like New Order, Bleachers. I really love the new Bleachers record. I've been listening to that a lot. I was a big fan of the format and a big fan of fun, and now I'm like, cool, Jack Antonoff, like just you're delivering, man. Like, thank you for everything you're doing. I actually today I listened to the new Lord album for the first time all the way through.
Yeah.
Fantastic, really good. Um, I haven't really listened to the one before this, so I don't know how much of an improvement it is, but it really kind of blew me away with like the songwriting on there and the depth and the lyricism and the themes. Really great record. Is that enough?
That's definitely suffice. That
Cool.
I like that. I also like that you keep it fresh. You'll have some like synth pop and you'll have some like hardcore. I always like hearing that diversification between
One second.
different.
My
Okay.
cat trying to hold on one second. Lucy, come here. Sorry,
No, it's all right.
She's about to knock something over.
But
uh,
as I was saying, is I like the diversification because I think for me, like especially since I do this sort of channel, I think it's best when I have something diverse and when I'm listening to something interesting, each kind of week. So I
yeah.
appreciate that a lot. I think that's cool. But next question, Sal, a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what song would it be?
It's funny because we actually had this discussion today. And I don't know if we necessarily all agreed on something, but I sort of sent Dan and Taylor a text this morning, and I was kind of thinking, we're playing our first show, and we've only been a band for like a month and a half. So I think right now we have, 3 completed songs and then we have like 3 other like half done things. So I was like, maybe we should do a cover. And what I really wanted to do was Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen, because I feel like that would be really cool to like, it's already got like a dance rhythm and it's already got a lot of synths. And I thought it'd be cool to kind of like amp it up a little bit. And then so maybe we'll do that eventually, but the other guys aren't as big Springsteen fanatics as me. So then we started talking about some other stuff we could do, and we talked about maybe like Cold War Kids, Hang Me Up to Dry would be kind of cool to do in like a synthy sort of way. And I don't know, yeah, those would all be cool. I feel I've been listening to the most recent Brandon Flowers record a lot, and like thinking about covering something from that. I don't know. I feel like with covers it's tough because like you want to kind of do something that's there are certain songs that you can't do, right? And you don't want to do something like on the one hand because certain things are like so classic you just don't want to touch them, and then other things are like too contemporary where it's this they're going to be too esoteric to do, So there's this middle ground that you need to find, and you also want to like put your own spin on it, right? So I don't know. I think the Cold War Kids one could be cool, but we'll see. We'll probably do something at our either at this show or soon. So
Nice. Well, I mean, like you said, I think it's best when it's, you know, when he keeps true to you, pretty much. I think for me, like when I listen to a cover song, I'm like, if I like this song, it's because I feel like they put their own spin on it.
Hmm.
Because typically I don't listen to a lot of radio. It's a lot of this where I'm just like listening to bands either that I've interviewed or bands that I like that aren't on the radio. So I think for in your case, I would like to probably, I mean, even pick something a little bit more. I don't know. Even top 40s would probably work. Like if you could spin it something that way, I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people would like it because a it's something that they know, but also at the same time it's like it gives you an opportunity to try something different. So who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows, Sal? I'd like to see what happens though with that. But next question, man. Favorite food to eat?
Favorite food to eat? It's probably pizza. I mean, I'm an Italian from the Bronx, so you know, my grandma made it, my dad made it. There's a lot of it around. I had it for dinner tonight. It's, I love it. It's
your
pizza.
your blood cells are just pizza,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I have to agree since we're kind of in the same area. I feel like pizza
Oh
is
yeah.
the go-to. I like that.
A lot of good pizza in Jersey, man. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
All right, Sal, next question. If you could pick somebody to collaborate with, who would it be?
Living or dead, or like
You could
this
be
a,
living or dead.
is this the person that's like obtainable to me, or just like wildest dreams?
Why don't you do? I'll give you this. Why don't you do one that you think's attainable and one that you think's just like it won't happen, but possibly.
Okay, cool. Uh, damn, that's a good question. I think in terms of like wildest dreams stuff, I feel like it would be really cool to collaborate with Rob Schnapf, who is a
Okay.
producer who's done, a lot of the Elliott Smith records, a lot of the Kevin Devine records, a lot of the my favorite Saves the Day records. The Killers, honorary title, like just band after band after band, and every record that he makes, pretty much, I just love the sound of. I love the textures that he adds. He did the most recent Joyce Manor record. This guy, I just like, yeah, that would be my dream, honestly. Like as a producer, I would just die if I could. And I don't know this dude's name, but the guy who produced the most recent Brandon Flowers record. He also did. I got to look at my recently played on Spotify because there was something else I was listening to where I was like, "This sounds like the Brandon Flowers record." What the heck was it? I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that. The producer, fuck. It was like a pop record. I don't remember, but anyway, that guy seems pretty cool too. I feel like for ExNations in particular, I think that would be like the person who I would love for ExNations to like produce the record, because I think he would do a fantastic job. Or like Jack Antonoff would be really cool too. He's producing stuff now. Um, People who are attainable, I would feel like I would really love to collaborate with my brother a little bit more. My brother's name's Chris, and he's a phenomenal drummer. And he's starting to, get into synthesizers and try out songwriting a little bit. And I feel like it's just a matter of when we're going to find the time to sync up and collaborate in a really meaningful way. He's in a really cool project now called Night School. That's a cool like synth pop project. But yeah, one day we'll make some cool shit together.
Awesome, awesome. So, my next question is, who puts on a great live show?
Who puts on a great live show? Well, I think the band I've seen the most live is Saves the Day. I've seen them like 10 times, and every time it's just the best night of my life. The other band I've seen the most live is Thursday. I just saw them. I've seen them like 3 times since they reunited. I saw their first show back, which was like a secret show at the Wrecking Ball Fest. They're just incredible. And who else? And honestly, like AFI recently. That I've been an AFI fan since I was like 12, 13, and I had never seen them live. And I saw them live, and they just like blew my mind. It was amazing. Generally bands with like high energy, you know, like when there's like a friendly moshing going on, you
Yeah.
know, that's like my sweet spot, you know. So
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like you mentioned, AFI. I feel like for me, that sort of band that I haven't seen but I'd like to is Circa Survive,
oh
and
yeah,
like
good live.
they're always local, and every time that they play, because Philly's kind of like their hometown, they always sell out. So
Yeah.
like, fingers crossed, I'll be seeing them with Thrice in a couple months, which I'm
Cool.
really excited about. But next question, Sal. If you could play another musical instrument besides the ones you know how to play, what would it be and why?
It would definitely be piano. And I can like noodle enough to like write synth parts and stuff, but I want to learn like to become like a good piano player so bad. I just feel like it would. I don't know. It's such a grand instrument, and it's the basis for so much of modern pop music, and it's such a beautiful instrument, and it's just classy as fuck. Like when I'm 80 years old,
You could still jam out on it.
yeah. Or you're just in a hotel and you're bored and you're like, there's a piano. Let me go do something. Like I don't want to be sitting down at that hotel piano and playing chopsticks. Like I want to play something cool. So piano, yeah, piano.
There you go. I mean, that's quite a far way out to think about that, but I like it though. I mean, I feel like I could also agree with you on that. Just pick up my piano chops. But next question, Sal. If you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
That's a good question. Is this like again like living or dead, like anything?
Yeah, anything gross.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, there's just I don't know if I could narrow it down to one. I'd have to do it in like terms of genres. Like I would love to see like all of the mid 2000s like cream of the crop like emo bands like reunited. Like I'd love to. I don't know, like Saves the Day and Thursday. Even though I've seen them both a million times, just actually, you know what tour I went to recently, which kind of felt like a bit of like a dream tour, was the most recent Thursday tour. Touche Amore opened for them. That was just like, yeah, amazing, back to back, like incredible bands. I would love to see that again, like relive that. I mean, something with I would just my number one person that I want to see live that I will never get to is Elliott Smith. So like Elliott Smith and like the worst musician of all time. That's my dream tour. Like anything with that. Yeah.
Nice.
Anything with Elliott Smith.
Nice. So the next question is favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Favorite TV show, favorite movie. I'm not like super into TV. I watch it because my wife is like a huge TV junkie, so I watch stuff by extension with her a lot. I feel like right now I'm really into Game of Thrones and Curb. I think my favorite TV show of all time is probably either season 1 of The League. I'm not even a football fan. It's just so funny. Or season 2 and 3 of The American Office. I really like as well. I've watched those like millions of times. I watched Mr. Bean a lot as a kid. Yeah, those are the top 5 or 4 or whatever.
Nice.
And favorite movie. I don't know. I don't know if I have like a favorite movie. I mean, I'm trying to think about movies that like I watched a lot of like Disney movies as a kid. Like I love The Great Mouse Detective. That's a great movie. I really like out of like modern movies. I like The Life Aquatic a lot. I've probably seen that like 10 times. I don't know. That's not really an answer. But yeah, not a huge movie guy. I'll watch them. When they're around. I'll go see them occasionally. But what was like the last? I'm trying to think about like the last movie I saw that I like really really loved. Like Interstellar was really good. I liked The Revenant a lot when I saw that. That was cool. Um, yeah, stuff like that.
Nice, nice. I'd have probably have to phone in your wife and ask her, her favorite movie, her favorite TV show. Cause
Her TV show, yeah, she could definitely give you like a very long list there. I know her favorite movie. It's Airplane. I don't know what her favorite TV show is though, but
there you go, there you go. Next question, Sal. If you could only listen to one album for a month straight, what album would it be?
that is a good question. One album for a month straight. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my Last FM real quick and see what my number one album of all time is, because that will help me answer this question in a really meaningful way. Let's see. It's probably something by Elliott Smith. I would say it's probably either it might be I don't know, they're all so good. It might be From a Basement on the Hill or Figure Eight. His later records just have so much texture and there's so much there. I feel like, if it was the only thing I was listening to for a month, there's so much to be found in all the little nooks and crannies there, that I could really, really dig in over and over and over. It might also be, yeah, I'd say those are probably what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, let's go with that.
Nice, nice, Sal. And my last question is, tell them about your band, where they can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Sure. So it's called ExNations, and you can find us at exnations.com. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, all that good stuff. It's ExNations, all one word. And things coming up. So we're playing in New York on October 4th at Niagara, which is going to be a really fun show. It's going to be our first show. Well, first show with this lineup. Taylor's played more shows with the band before. And we're probably going to be releasing a new single within the next couple weeks. It's currently being mixed right now. And I'd say we'll probably have an EP out either end of this year or early next year. And what you can check out now is we just released our first single called Never About the Money. And we made a lyric video for it. I actually filmed it on this. I took down the mirror and filmed it on this wall here. So you're in the space where that happened, in the studio. So you can check that out on YouTube. I had a lot of fun with that. Or just listen to the song. I'm really really proud of this song. You never know. I was really psyched to collaborate with Taylor and Dan, but until you actually start making music, you just never know if the chemistry is going to be there and if the vibe is right, and it really came together for this song, and I'm so proud of it, and I couldn't be more jazzed on this to be the first thing that we're putting out. So really excited about it, and more to come.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to thank Adam for setting this up. He's the man. Also, I did check out the song. I really enjoyed it. For me personally, this isn't a genre that I tap very often. I feel like if other people watch these interviews, I've said it pretty often, but this one was really interesting to me, and I thought that me personally, I really enjoyed it a lot. It was something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but at the same time, I thought it was very much similar to what I enjoy and what I like as well too. So I definitely think that a lot of people should check out this band, ExNations. I think they're really cool. Obviously, I have them on, so I think they're awesome. But definitely check them out. There will be links in the description where you can find out about ExNations. Check out their single. I'll try to leave a link at the end card of this video as well. And if you enjoyed this interview, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really means a lot. And thanks to Sal for coming on. I know I kind of interrupted your moving process, but
Sure.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun talking to you, and if I'm ever in Jersey, we'll have to get some pizza.
I like that. I like that. All right, guys,
Well,
take it easy.
here.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.